I am super excited about today's podcast episode because it's something that you guys requested. You want to learn how you can best optimize your Instagram bio for success, and that's what we're doing today. Episode 199 starts right now. Welcome to the Lora Shipman Show minicast, a special edition of my podcast where it's just you, me, my mic, your earphones, plus quick tips and hacks you can implement immediately to improve your life and your business. Are you ready to get started? I know I am. Let's dive in. Well, thank you for joining me today, which is my most favorite day of the week, Minicast Day. And you all know what Minicast Day is by now. It is that day of the week that I just drop all sorts of value bombs on you, and you have a job to do afterwards, and that is to execute everything you learned here today. And today we are talking about 5 ways to optimize your Instagram bio for success. It's one of those places on Instagram that's just really important to make sure you have all your ish in order so that people can properly connect with you and do business with you and all of those great things. So we're just going to take it right from the top. So if you are available to whip out your phone right now or go on the laptop or wherever it is that you access Instagram, I invite you to do that with me so you can actually see what I'm talking about. Now, if you're driving, you know what to do. Pull over or just listen and then come back to this later. So the first thing we're going to tackle is the first thing that you actually see on your Instagram bio, and that is your headshot. Now, we say one of the best things that you can do for your business and your account on Instagram is actually put a face to the business. So that means don't use your logo or a product or anything like that. People want to connect with someone in the business. So determine who that is for your company. Who is that face of the business that everybody wants to deal with or that they talk to or who's running the account, whatever it is. Get that headshot in there. Make sure it's brightly lit, nice close up that people can see, but then add something to it. And not a lot of people recommend this, or I haven't seen it recommended out there, and I think it's really important. Add a prop that makes sense. So for example, for me, I have my headshot there, and the prop that I am holding in my headshot tells a story. It's my microphone. So people will know, oh, she's got a microphone, so she must do something with that mic. Maybe she has a podcast. Maybe she has a YouTube channel. Maybe she likes to go live every once in a while. The point is it just captures somebody's attention. It's that one extra thing that you can do in your headshot that captures someone's attention to get them to learn or want to learn more. So here's some examples. If you're a photographer, maybe you should be holding a camera in your hand for your headshot. If you're a real estate agent, maybe a for sale sign, or even just dangling some house keys in front of the camera would be really fun. If you're into skincare, maybe it's you and a product that you adore, or maybe some of the tools that you use in your business. Whatever makes sense for your business and that's really easily recognizable, go ahead and include that in your headshot just to tell a little bit more of the story. Now, just underneath your profile picture, you're going to see your name. So here's what I recommend doing. I like to use just my first name and then put a descriptor next to it. And that descriptor is Lora, social media trainer. There are several reasons why this descriptor is so important. The first one is that area is actually searchable. So if somebody's looking for a social media trainer and they actually type that into the search bar, my name's going to show up. Now, the other reason why this is important is, and I don't know if you've ever done this before, but I do it every once in a while. There's somebody I'm following on Instagram and I want to see who else is following that person. I'll click on their followers list and I'll look to see what type of people are following that person. Maybe those people are my target audience, or maybe it's somebody I really want to connect with because I need help in a certain area. And so when I look at that list, I'm going to notice 2 names. I'm going to see their profile picture, which is going to be my first clue as to who they are, right? And if they don't have that prop in there, I'm going to have to do a little bit more research to see who they are and if they're actually somebody I want to connect with. So the first thing I'll see after I look at their profile picture is their bolded username. So that's the name that they use to log into Instagram. And then under that, I'll see something that's not bolded, which is another name. Now, both of those names are searchable, but sometimes that username, the one that's bolded, isn't very descriptive. Like you don't know exactly what they do, or maybe it's their first and last name, but you want some more information. That's where that non-bolded name comes in. So for example, I have Lora social media trainer. So people know exactly what I do. A lot of people will just have their name there, and it doesn't tell me anything about what they do, neither does their username. So I'm kind of lost, and chances are, if their profile picture isn't telling me what they do, and I don't have any information about their username or their name, I'm just going to scroll by them and not take the time to click on their profile. And that's pretty much what a lot of people do. So really optimize your username and your name. And you can switch those up. They don't, at the time of this recording, they don't have any ceiling on how many times you can switch up your name and your username. So think about what that looks like for you. So if I was a real estate agent, maybe what I would do is have my username be my name, and then the one that's not bolded, just my name, would be Laura-real estate or Laura-Tampa Realtor, whatever makes sense for the area that I'm in, so that people understand exactly who I am serving just based on my name. Okay, so that was tip number 1 and tip number 2. Headshot was number 1 and the name was number 2. The third part of your Instagram bio that comes up next is actually your I help statement. And I think this is really important. So many times I go to people's Instagram accounts and I can't tell exactly why they're there. Like, how do they help me? Why would I want to follow them? What benefit are they giving to me? So what you really want to do is spell it out for them and make it really easy. Just say, I help, and then fill in that blank. You have about 150 characters to work with in this area. So I recommend that you keep that I help statement very small and concise, because you don't want to spend all your 150 characters on the I help statement. There's some other areas that you want to work with. And so those other areas are going to be tip number 4, which is adding in some personality and some other things that people would like to see, so they get to learn a little bit more about you just by looking at your bio. So let me give you an example of what mine looks like. You will see a little blonde head behind a laptop emoji, and then it says, I help people master social media through coaching, workshops, and podcasts. People know exactly what they're going to get from me. And then I have some personality stuff added in below. Now, the personality section I think is really important. Not everybody does it, but I think it's a good idea to do it, because whenever you're meeting somebody, you're always looking for how you can relate to one another or what you have in common so that you can carry on some sort of conversation. So what I have here is I have a little picture, or actually it's not a picture, it's an emoji of a dog, and it says Shih Tzu Mom next to it. Then I have an emoji of my microphone. It says podcast host, so people, again, know what they're getting from me. And then I have a little finger that points down to the only link that Instagram allows me to have. And next to that finger, it says freebies, all in caps. And I did that on purpose because I want to catch somebody's attention. I want to point out that I've got a link that they need to check out so they can get some free stuff. And that brings us to our 5th thing that you need to do to optimize your Instagram bio. And that is make sure that one and only link that you get from Instagram is the best link possible. And I like to use a service called Linktree. And instead of linktree.com, it's actually linktr.ee. And I'll put that in the show notes if you don't have a Linktree. And what I love about Linktree is they have 2 versions. They have a free version, which gives you 3 links that you can send people to, or they have a pro version where you can customize your Linktree to look like your brand and give like tons of different links, or send people to a bunch of different places that they know they would receive some value or benefit from. So maybe you have a coaching program that you want to send them to, you have a resource library that they should go check out, you have a blog, or you have a podcast, a YouTube channel, whatever it is, they can access all of those different links just from that one little link that Instagram gives you in your bio. Okay, my friends, those are my 5 tips for optimizing your Instagram bio for success. Now you have a job to do. You have to go and execute this in your business, which means take what you've learned here today, make changes in your Instagram bio, and then I will see you in the next podcast. All right, my friends, stay safe, stay healthy, but most of all, stay social. Hey, before you go, I have a question for you. Are you loving the show? Let me know about it. Take a screenshot of the episode you are listening to and drop it in your social media posts or stories. Or better yet, give this show a review on iTunes or your favorite podcast app, letting me know that you listened in. If you have a topic or a show idea, please don't be shy. I want to hear from you. Send me an email or a DM. I would love to hear your suggestions. All the links are in the show notes. Anyways, I just wanted to say thank you as always for tuning into the show today and every day you listen in.